edition of Senior Showcase, where we take a look at an outstanding grad from the class of 2020. And honored today to have with us Sam Ripple. How are you, Sam?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. Thanks for taking the time to join us.
Yeah.
To start, if you wouldn't mind just taking a minute and sharing what's the last 4 years been like at PR, from what have you been involved in? Kind of what have the activities been?
Well, I've been involved in the football and lacrosse programs here. That's really about it for me. A lot of lacrosse with school, and then a lot of lacrosse outside of school.
Yeah, so let's talk about lacrosse. So
Yeah.
it was obviously pretty cool so you've been part of the program from really its inception here, right? At
Yeah.
Prairie.
Last year was our first years of high school sport, but been with it since freshman year, so it was kind of cool to go through that transition.
Yeah, because how long's the lacrosse team been a club at PR?
I don't know, but I know it's been around for a while, I think.
Okay, and then and then you've done a lot of travel, right?
Yeah.
Or club
Um,
lacrosse. Tell
yeah,
me about that. When did you start? When did you get involved in lacrosse?
I started playing lacrosse in like 6th grade, but I wasn't very good up until probably about 8th grade. And 8th grade is when I got super serious with it. I started doing a lot more traveling with it rather than just doing like local, like I'm just playing with friends. And then one tournament that I was with, just kind of like a local club team. The coaches that I actually like play for now came up and talked to my parents and asked them if I wanted to come try out for them. And so I went, tried out, made the team, and then I've been with the club there. They're called True Lacrosse. I've been with them pretty much since the end of 8th grade, and it's kind of been working my way up, and now I'm on like one of their top teams, and it's been really great for that.
Great. And all along, have you been a goalie all along, or how's your position progression?
No. So I actually started out as a midfielder because I was pretty scared of the ball, so I didn't really want to hop in cage. But well, it's really actually a really funny story how I got to play goalie. My friend Ryan Flanagan, actually, we were playing an indoor game, and our goalie got injured, so we needed someone to like hop into the goal, and Ryan got picked and he did just a terrible job. I think he let in like 22 shots in like a half, and someone's like, all right, just get him out, someone else go in. So I volunteered and did pretty decent for my first job, and I've just kind of stuck with it ever since. But it's been really fun.
Nice. So what are your plans next year as it comes to lacrosse, if you want to share with everyone what you're doing next?
Yeah, so I committed to play at the University of Indianapolis for lacrosse, and just going to see where it takes me from there. I guess the plan right now is just get to college.
Yeah. So obviously, people know that lacrosse, for the most part, have been heavily left and, West and East Coast kind of activities. Take us through kind of recruiting, how it's grown in the Midwest, and how you ended up at University of Indianapolis.
Yeah, well, so recruiting's actually changed a lot, especially for like kids my age, because come before high school, there really weren't any rules around recruiting for lacrosse. So you could have like freshmen committing to a D1 college and stuff like that. But they changed it to now colleges can't talk to you till September 1st of your junior year. So that was a big change for the lacrosse community. But I've had like so much help with the club I've been playing with, True. They provided me with a ton of support with getting to know colleges. But like the biggest thing was just I know all my friends know this, but my summers were pretty much just lacrosse trip after lacrosse trip after lacrosse trip. And that's how I got a lot of like the looks. And I met the coach at from Indy from a fall tournament, and he emailed me and asked if I wanted to talk, and then got on a phone call with him, and we were just talking for a while. And we just were like keeping in contact with each other for a while after that. And in the summer, going into senior year, he kept coming and watching me at some of the tournaments, and he offered me a spot on the roster, and I really wanted to take it because I liked the school. I'd been visiting there a couple times, and so I took it.
So tell us, for people who are not familiar with University of Indianapolis, tell us, obviously it's in Indianapolis,
Mhm.
but tell us more about the school.
It's really cool. So it's like 10 minutes outside of Indianapolis, and they're big sports programs. They actually have a giant indoor dome on campus that they built when the Super Bowl was in Indianapolis, so the Giants could play there.
Yeah.
So they have amazing athletic facilities. The weight room's insane. Definitely take sports super serious. The campus is beautiful. I know in like the quad area, like the middle of campus, there's kind of like a spot where like a bunch of the students can hang out by like the school, like a little water fountain thing. And then there's school of business, which is what I'm going to go into, which is accounting. Is really just well renowned. So.
Awesome. Now, is it a huge commuter school, or is it a huge live on campus school? Is it a mix? How big are they?
They're pretty. I think they're around 5,500 students, but it's a mix of both. If like the kids that live in Indianapolis, they usually commute, but a lot of kids live on campus.
So now, what's your situation going to be? Have you met your roommate yet? Or is it going to be with the athletes? How's that work?
Yeah, so I've actually been pretty lucky and haven't had to like deal with too much of like how I find my roommate. My coach pretty much set it all up for me. So I already have my roommate for next year, and then we have like a big group chat on Snapchat with like all the kids that we have committed for our class. So we're all kind of talking with each other and getting to know each other already.
Great. Now, what's the dorm layout? Is it suites? Is it straight up normal community style? What's it like?
Yeah, just kind of straight up community style. It's like 2 beds. Originally, we were supposed to have 3 people per dorm, but with the whole coronavirus thing, I think the admissions people said that they only want 2 people per room.
Okay,
So,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about what's the conference that you're going to be playing lacrosse in? Because I know that lacrosse doesn't follow the normal conference guidelines, at least not here in
Yeah.
the U.S.
So the conference that they play in is called the GLVC, which is the Great Lakes Valley Conference, and it's an insanely tough conference. Indy's before everything got shut down was actually ranked, I believe, number 8 in the nation. But they have a ton of really good teams in there, and then they play teams like Limestone, which is they won the national championship last year. So it's a tough division, but they do really well in it.
So who are some of the other schools in the conference, and how far are you going to be traveling?
I don't think it should be too far. I'm not sure about all the teams in the conference, but I don't think it's a lot of traveling. Probably not as much as I did for club, but I think it's mostly bus rides, a couple hours to a school nearby. I know one of the games I went and saw, they were playing a school called Wheeling Jesuit, which is out in one of the Virginias, I think. Luckily, it was a home game for Indy, so but I think those kind of games can get pretty far.
Great. So I bet you got to be totally excited about this, right?
Yeah.
So walk everyone through kind of what the athletic side is going to look like at University of Indianapolis. When's going to be your preseason workouts, conditioning, all that?
So I'm not sure about the whole preseason stuff, but for the workouts, we've already gotten started. Our strength and conditioning coach has sent out summer workouts for all the athletes and all the freshmen are getting the same workouts as the returning players. So we're all trying to keep in shape. We have to sometimes text our strength conditioning coach like, hey, what's this workout? Because we don't know. But we're all getting started, and our coach wants to have a really strong team for this upcoming year.
Now, how many folks normally are on a lacrosse team?
Usually around 40 to 55, I think, roster.
Okay. Do you know how big your roster is? Is it a lot of incoming freshmen?
We do have a lot of freshmen coming in, but I don't know how many returning players are going to be back, especially with how the NCAA is letting seniors return for an additional season.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. How did because obviously, well, let's go back to that now. So you guys obviously a very strong program in the state, always perform very well. Walk us through kind of how everything went down for you guys as you were practicing and getting ready for the season this year at Prairie Ridge.
Well, I mean, it was kind of weird. So you heard about the coronavirus thing, and everyone's like, oh, that's probably not going to affect us. So we just we practiced like nothing was going on, just try to get prepared for the season as best we could with what we were allowed. Sadly, the weather wasn't very cooperative, so we had to practice in the gym a lot. But we had like one outdoor practice, which it was awesome to get out there, but then the season got canceled. So
now what are you guys what's it been like with your teammates? How have you guys supported each other through this, especially with the seniors?
Yeah, I mean, just been talking in the group chat, just like everyone was everyone was definitely really bummed out when we first learned that the season got canceled. But we've been all trying to stay pretty supportive. Luckily we're able, when everything blows over, or hopefully it blows over soon, but that we're trying to plan on getting a summer team going, on just doing one tournament with some of the upperclassmen and seniors. Yeah.
Nice. Is your coach trying to swing that, or?
Yeah, our coach Caleb is trying to get those going, so everyone's really excited about that. And,
now your coach was new this year, right?
He was new to being the head coach, but he had been with the program for a while, so all the players pretty much knew him. He'd been the head coach of the JV team, but our old coach, Coach Cole, went to Carmel this year. So Coach Koss, this was his first year, and he'd been just doing an amazing job with everything. We had just really great practice structure and all that.
What are some of the moments when you'd be preparing for lacrosse or over the last few seasons at PR that really stand out for you when it comes to lacrosse?
I think last year, just how far we got in the season, that was just amazing to get that far into the playoffs with that group of guys. I mean, everyone there was just a talented player, and it was just great to be with those boys for so long.
Share with everyone kind of how your season ended up last year, your wins and losses, and kind of how far you went in the playoffs.
Yeah, so we ended up with, I think, 3 losses. I'm not sure the total or the exact record, but we had just an amazing season. We made it all the way to, I believe, I'm not sure which round of the playoffs it was, but we made it pretty far. Sadly, we lost to Barrington, but we beat Carrie twice that season, which was awesome. We beat them senior night. We beat them in the playoffs, so can't complain about beating Carrie.
And then what ended up happening with Barrington?
Just a mix of things. We probably could have played a little bit neater. I think we started we took a lot of goals in the first half and just kind of couldn't recover from it.
I didn't mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
No,
for you
it's fine.
to relive the loss. That's not what I
No.
meant. I meant, how far did Barrington then continue on playing? So
Ooh,
sorry about
I
that.
think. Oh no, it's fine. No, Barrington lost in the next round to Nequa Valley, which Nequa Valley was an amazing team. I think they got second in state. I think they
And
lost.
yeah, and then for what people don't realize is that you guys are playing in the highest division
Yeah, I mean,
for lacrosse, being
mhm.
1,300 kids.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. You get to like schools like Nequa Valley, New Trier, Lake Forest, teams like those, and it's just like lacrosse is so different because most of those kids they play like travel year round, especially New Trier. That team just sticks together as a New Trier team and goes to different tournaments places. But like for like someone like a school like PR where not everyone plays travel, it's just amazing that we got that far.
Yeah, yeah. Now, from just humorous moments and times with the guys, with the team, what are some things that you think about and that you just laugh and just, man, I miss that. I love that.
Um, just like everyone joking around with each other. Lacrosse practices are a different thing compared to most sports practices. Where I mean, like a stereotype about lacrosse players, we're all kind of like chilled back and relaxed. And that's pretty much how practices are, unless someone really screws up. You're probably not going to get yelled at too much. And we just kind of like to relax, have fun, but still get to work in practices. And like some of my favorite memories are just like last year, Dylan Steinkamp in practice was he just had this amazing ability to always take the ball away from Ethan Kirchberg, and we just called him Practice Stein, but because he just did amazing in practice. But it was just so funny.
And
That
how
he
did Ethan handle that?
there was a little bit of fighting sometimes, but in the end of it, everyone found it funny.
Now, have you had a chance to connect with any of your ex-teammates or catch a match where they've gone to college or anything like that?
I haven't been able to go out, but I've talked to Kirchberg's a couple times, and I know they're doing stuff out in Columbia with lacrosse. But it's been really nice, like to be able to talk to them. So
Sure. Um, so you also this past year got back into football, right? So what were you off
yeah,
a year or 2 years? How long were you off?
yeah, I was off 2 years. I didn't do it my sophomore and junior year.
Okay. And obviously, I know you were really focusing on lacrosse and
Mhm.
travel and getting a scholarship.
Yeah.
What made you come back to the football team this year?
I just the football guys I've known for so long. They've been my friends since elementary school, like third grade. I've known those guys. I mean, not playing football was it obviously sucked not being able to go with them. But this senior year, at least this summer, I didn't have as many tournaments to do, and I was hoping to get committed by the end of the summer, which I luckily did. So I didn't have to do any fall tournaments to get looks or get a commitment. So it freed up my fall, and I was able to come back and just really enjoyed everything with it.
Great. Now, tell everyone kind of your injury, how you came back from it, what happened.
Oh yeah, and the Burlington Central game, I went to hit the punter as he fumbled the ball, and when he kind of looked around to turn to punt the ball or like get it away, my knee went into his helmet, and I ended up hyperextending my knee, and I stretched my ACL in the back, and then I had like two bone contusions on my knee, which is basically just really bad bone bruises because they like came together like that in the hyperextension. So I had to be on crutches for a little bit, but did all my PT with Anna, and was just trying to stay hopeful that I could get back. And luckily, I was able to return during the playoffs.
And did you get back for the first round, or how long were you out?
No, I got back for the second round. I came back for the I think it was the
Simeon game?
yeah, I came back for the Simeon game,
Okay.
but I missed the Grays Lake North game.
Okay. Now, how's the knee doing now? Fully recovered? All good?
Yeah, fully recovered. No pain. Back to normal.
So that movement is no worries about, because I mean there's part of you, your mom and dad were probably having a heart attack when they saw you laying in the end zone about their
Yeah,
just a lacrosse career.
yeah, I know. I got home. They're just like, I really hope this doesn't do anything to your lacrosse career, that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, it's fine. I'll be fine. Trying to like calm down. And
Was
luckily everything turned out well.
was your college coach concerned you were playing football, or you encouraged it?
No, he encouraged me to play football. He said he loves seeing people do two sports. He likes seeing that people are more or like athletes. And he thinks that it was a good idea that I played football.
Okay, great. So then there wasn't that call to the coach like,
Yeah.
Hey, tell us about your family a little bit, if you wouldn't mind introducing them to everybody here.
All right. Yeah. So so I have obviously I have my mom, my dad, and then
What are their names?
So my mom's name is Paula, and then my dad's name is Walter. And then we're a weird family, but we're super fun. They're both from the South. My dad is from Lake Jackson, Texas, and my mom is from Mississippi. So they moved up here when my dad got a job from a company called GLS, which is it's like, I believe it's a plastics company. But they met when they were working in Houston. They were both working for Shell Oil. My mom was doing accounting, and my dad was doing business stuff. So when they moved up here, they had my sister, who is her name's Sarah. She is in college now. She's going into her senior year at Baylor Medical. She's becoming a nurse. So
Awesome.
yeah.
And then there's you.
And then there's me.
Would they say you're the spoiled baby of the family?
Probably not. At least I hope not. I think that my sister's probably a little bit more spoiled than me, but she probably thinks the opposite. But yeah.
All right, I got to ask, because I know your mom went to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So does she have like cowbells all over the house?
Yes. We have a couple, and we've been to a couple Mississippi State games.
Yeah.
I think I've been to two, and personally, it's definitely loud in that stadium, but my mom loves it. And she tries to watch all their games and keep up with them. Sadly, they didn't do too well this last year, but we actually have this funny thing. We call it the Divorce Bowl, and it's whenever Texas A&M, my dad's college, plays Mississippi State, since they're both SEC schools.
Yeah.
We call it the Divorce Bowl whenever they play, because they both super get into football, and if one team scores, one's yelling at the other. Or if there's a bad.
I don't remember. Well, obviously Mississippi State lost this year to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're both beautiful campuses. I know I've spent some time at Mississippi State, and just gorgeous. I'm surprised your folks did not try to get you to go south, or I mean, you got your sister at Baylor. I figured they would have been all over trying to get you into the SEC somewhere.
They definitely were. They definitely like the South. They said that if I ever went to college in the South, they'd probably move down there. But sadly, I really don't like heat, and I really don't like humidity. So I kind of like more northern stuff. I like it where it's a little bit more cold. Someplace I can wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt. most of the year. So
So no Mississippi or Texas accents have rubbed off on you either?
not yet. My sister is beginning to get a Texas accent, so she's starting to say like y'all and get that southern drawl. But
Sure. Well, I can't help it, but having a son in the SEC, I just, I can't
yeah,
help but show that. I'm sure your mom and dad won't enjoy this, but hey, it just means more in the SEC. So,
yeah,
no, just having fun. Hey, whatever comes around goes around, and Mississippi State has done that to Bama too. So,
yeah.
uh, um, looking back at your time at PR this senior year, what are some of the moments that stick out that were just awesome that you had a great time with?
Just everything with football, getting to hang out with my brothers there, making it to state with them. It was just amazing that we were able to make it that far, and just hanging out with friends, being able to experience life with them, and just stuff like that.
Now, as you've gone through the quarantine, what have been some of, obviously you got your workout right from
Yeah,
University of Indianapolis. What's their mascot?
Greyhound. They're the
Greyhounds.
hounds.
Okay. So what's been kind of the new Ripple family traditions around a quarantine? Is your sister returned, or is she still down in
Yeah,
Waco?
she's been here since March. She probably wants to go back, but no, she's stuck with us for now.
Sure.
But our family, we've a lot of TV, a lot of movies. We've really gotten into the TV show Schitt's Creek.
What
And
what what show is that?
Schitt's Creek, it's hilarious.
What is that
It's
on?
it's on Netflix.
You're the first person to mention that show. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it. So,
It's really funny. And our family's been pretty much just binging it as much as we can.
all right,
And
without
then
giving it away, what's it about?
it's about a really, really, really rich family that kind of got screwed over in a business deal and lost all their money. And now they have to go live in a motel in a really, really beat down town.
Okay.
They're having to deal with like the struggles of living there and kind of getting used to normal life.
Okay. All right. Well, no, that's another one for people to check out. And then what else have you been binge watching?
Just movies, a lot of Marvel movies. I've been trying to watch them all in like chronological order. Um, I watched all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I watched all the Star Wars movies.
Well,
A lot of movies.
are you one of these kind of guys that you could just name a line and you could go boom boom, or you could say a line and you know what movie?
No, definitely not. I am terrible at remembering things from movies, but I love watching them. So
So which one out of the Marvel series is your favorite? What's your go-to? If you could only watch one series or one movie, which one is it?
probably like the Captain America movies. I think those have just always been my favorite.
Yeah, probably because you're more like a patriotic guy. And
Yeah.
okay, so binge watching any family games that
Uh,
you've looked at, or no? Card games, board
yeah.
games, video
Uh,
games.
we've been trying out a whole lot of games. Pictionary. Can't do Monopoly. Makes
Too much.
the
Too much. You'll be back at divorce football during Monopoly.
Yeah, pretty. We'll be back in the divorce bowl if we ever play Monopoly. Uh, Me and my dad really like to get into it well during Monopoly, but we do like a lot of Jeopardy games. The phone game called Heads Up, where it's like it has a card on your head and people try to like act out what it is. We love that. And then yeah, card games, spades. So
How about from a food perspective? What have been some of the takeout places that you guys love?
takeout places.
Yeah.
Well, We've done this wing place called Jaxel's. They're in McHenry. They're
Yeah,
actually
on the
they're near
river
our
there.
location.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've done a lot from there. We've done On the Border. Um, uh, we've recently done That's Amore. But we haven't really been doing too much takeout food. We've been trying to do a lot of cooking. So
Yeah. So I mean, let's be honest. Have you put on a few pounds, or have you been a good boy over break?
no, luckily I've actually kind of lost a few pounds with these University of Indianapolis workouts. Been keeping me in shape, but I
Now,
have been eating a lot.
what's been your go-to? Is there a certain thing you've learned to cook? You know, now that you're going to be going away to
Oh,
school.
oh yeah. I have learned that if I do a grilled cheese and if I throw ham down on the skillet and then put it in the grilled cheese, and then you can dip it in sriracha sauce, it is amazing. That's probably like my.
So you like it hot.
I like spicy food. Definitely got that from my Texan dad who puts spice in everything he eats. But yeah, that probably just frozen pizza, and then I have found a love for like the little ice cream cones at the
Wait a minute,
drumstick.
wait a minute. Stop yourself. Frozen pizza does not count as something you've learned to cook. Unless you're making your own here. Come on, we want to know
No,
what you've been doing in the kitchen, not reading a label. Come on.
I've learned how to cook like wings, like do buffalo sauce. We cook them in the oven, get them nice and crispy. I've been cooking a lot of burgers for my family, tacos, chicken fajitas. I've done a lot of the dinner cooking. I've found that I really enjoy cooking, and it's just kind of something to pass the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you know, your roommates might hear of that too and expect that you might be trying to do now in the dorm. You probably won't be able to do it anywhere, but
Yeah.
so all right. So if there's only one thing you could cook and you could eat it every day for the rest of your life, what food would that be? I got a feeling I know since you brought it up, but
Probably either just different forms of grilled cheese or just burgers. Love making burgers and I like eating burgers.
I thought you were going to tell me like hot wings. I'm picturing you going all the way on the top of the scale
Oh no,
with ghost peppers or something.
no. What's really good is like spicy burgers. If you do like some pepper jack cheese on it, you can get
Yeah.
like some jalapenos and throw them on.
Oh,
That's always really good.
you're not going to have much of a gut left. I mean, it
Oh
eats
my gosh.
away at the lining of your stomach.
Yeah. Well, I've had a couple close run-ins with spicy food. That's for sure.
What's your expectation of college life? What's that going to be like?
Well, I'm hoping it's going to be fun. I actually just had my meeting with my academic advisor this morning. So I got all my classes set up for the fall.
Great.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be fun. I'm hoping that I'm going to have a good time. I don't know what it's going to be like time management wise with sports and school, but I'm definitely excited for it.
Now, did I hear you're going to try to follow in your mom's footsteps, take up accounting? Is that what you're looking
Yeah,
for?
I'm going to be trying to do accounting. I don't know what type of accounting. I'm thinking either financial or maybe forensic, but for right now, just accounting.
Great, great. Now, when you look back at the people you've encountered at Prairie Ridge over your 4 years, who are the faculty or staff that really has made a lasting impact on you that you just are really going to you're appreciative of kind of you getting to know them?
I think one of the biggest is Mr. Janshigo. I had him for freshman biology, and he just made like every day in class super fun. I just loved him as a biology teacher. Miss Patel, my calculus teacher this year. It's always fun going. Although calculus may not be the most fun thing to learn, I really liked having Miss Patel as a teacher, and she really helped me a lot this year. So
Awesome. Anyone else that kind of sticks out that goes, hey, that person was special. I'm really gonna make sure I come back and visit them.
Mrs. Stan Tesley from sophomore year. Just another one of those teachers that just always made class super fun, and it was just like almost never a boring day in there.
Awesome. I'm sure they're gonna be appreciative of hearing that. Now, when you hear the phrase "once a wolf, always a wolf," tell me about that. What's that mean to you now as you're kind of gonna be graduating? I guess you almost might be looking at tonight as almost kind of like a graduation night a little bit, right?
Yeah, got the graduation drive by, but I think to me it just means that everyone that's gone to PR is connected in some sort of way, and that we are all able to kind of like be open with each other, talk to each other, and we'll always be able to come back and connect with each other.
Great. Now, what's one thing I ask everybody, what's one thing that only your mom or dad might know about you that's either a talent, a quirky thing you do? What's one kind of goofy thing like that about that people don't know about Sam Ripple?
Um, hmm. uh, I've been to the hospital, I think 12 to 13 times in my life, maybe more.
All right, all right. What were the injuries? Go through them.
There's so many. Oh my gosh, it's kind of hard to remember them all, but I think I can name the worst ones.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, when I was younger and I was at my grandparents' house, I was running around and my dad was holding an empty coat hanger upside down, so the hook was pointed up. And I ran by my dad and it got hooked in my eye. So that was an awesome night at my grandparents'.
It's like fishing. Snagging like you're like a fish. Okay. And obviously missed your eyeball, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
like it barely missed, like went into the side. So although accident prone, I am lucky with it. Nothing's killed me yet, knock on wood. But the next one is probably in second grade. I got tabletopped on ice one time and face planted on it, and I bit through my lip and blacked out in my yard right before the school bus came. Or I think it was after. It was either before or after school. But the worst part about it was that my mom had told us like right before we went out and started playing on the ice not to play on the ice, but we did it anyway. So that was awesome. Couldn't talk right.
You still have the mark in your tongue?
I don't. I have a like giant thing of scar tissue in my lip though.
Okay.
But yeah, so couldn't talk right for about a month there. Broke my arm in 8th grade in football. That was a bad one. Gotta think.
So that means you were used to spending time with Anna.
Yeah, Anna's probably gotten to know me pretty well. But luckily I can take a lot of pain from lacrosse, so that's always nice.
Yeah, because I can't imagine the bumps and bruises from every single game, irregardless of, and it's not like you're wearing that much equipment.
Yeah, I only wear the helmet, throat guard, chest protector, and gloves. But yeah, you can as a goalie, you definitely come out of every game a little sore.
Yeah. I could imagine. So, hey, another thing that you shared that maybe people don't realize, you're in the middle of kind of a move right now, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you share that with everyone? What's going on?
We are planning on selling our house here in Crystal Lake and moving to our lake house in Johnsburg. It's on Pistachey Lake. So it's not too big of a move. It's only 20 minutes away, but we're just really excited for it. Parents are going to be, no one's in the house anymore. Sister's still in college. I'm going to college. So we're getting some remodels up at our lake house, and then we're going to move in there full time and sell this house.
Okay, and then no more. So no more time at Crystal Lake, but thank goodness you got to spend the time at Prairie Ridge like you did. So
Yeah.
hey Sam, it's really been a pleasure to get to know you this year, and I appreciate you taking the time. Just thank you so much for this and being a great example for your classmates and for the class of 2020. So all the best to you at University of Indianapolis, and keep kicking butt. All right.
Thank you.
Everybody just clap your hands. Clap your hands, everybody just clap your hands.
Yeah. Oh man, what's it called? It's
The
like the
yell,
midnight. It's like
the
the
midnight
midnight
yell or
holler.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the midnight holler, something like that.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
all the students get up, or they'll like come to the stadium, and it's like in the middle of the night, and the yell leaders from Texas A&M will just all come and lead the students in chants at like midnight.
Have you been there? Have you been to a game at A&M?
I have. I've been to one of them, and it's really cool. This campus is amazing. It's probably one of the most beautiful campuses I've ever seen.
A&M?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. The facilities are unbelievable too.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many of the SEC schools have men's lacrosse. Probably they don't, right?
Yeah, they have like club teams, so it's like intramural stuff.
Yeah.
And, when I was like kind of first thinking like, do I want to play lacrosse in college, or could I just go to like a state school and play like club lacrosse there? I thought about a couple of the SEC schools, but I just kind of thought I think I really want to just get into lacrosse in college and play like as an actual sport.
Now, what University of Indianapolis is that? NAIA or what? Where do they fall? Are they straight
No, it's
D1?
just Division two.
It's D2. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, outstanding. Thank you so much. What are you doing for the graduation stuff tonight?
Putting my cap and gown on and driving by. I'm not really sure what to expect. Kind of stinks that we can't everyone can't really be together or like close to each other, but
Yeah, unless I have heard of people trying to maybe meet somewhere and taking pictures or something.
yeah, I think someone's trying to do something like that. So,
Well, thanks again, Sam. Good luck.
yeah, thank
All
you.
right, thanks. Bye bye.
Bye.